Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. This one is by a band called Twilight Road. The name of the album is called Trapped. You may be saying to yourself, who the heck is that? Well, this is actually a project that was formed by Carl Sentence, who is I guess still the singer for Nazareth. Took over for Dan Cafferty when he got sick and had to retire. And it's also featuring the guitarist Dario Mollo, or Mollo. I really don't know how it's pronounced because I don't think I've ever heard it said, but he has worked with guys like, I know him best from working with Tony Martin, but he has also done stuff with Graham Bonnet and Don Airey and Glenn Hughes, so he's worked with some pretty big people, and production and then guitar playing and projects and all kinds of stuff he's done. Name has come up in a lot of the stuff that I own, but I first came to know him through what he did with Tony Martin, and Tony Martin is took over. He was the last singer for Black Sabbath, the one who recorded a whole string of albums with them, and that's the stuff he did with him was like really cool. And Tony's still out there kicking butt too, so if you have a chance to pick up any of his stuff, he's just released a solo album last year too, so a quick little plug for Tony there. But I wasn't really going to do this one, but then I was like remembering it. The reason I do this is because I like talking about music that I love and maybe making it known to people who wouldn't normally know about this stuff, just a heads up. And I kind of found this by accident. Actually, I didn't even know it was out. I was looking for something else and I found this, and I was pleasantly surprised. Just quick, this album also features a couple people I'm not familiar with: Andy Senis on bass and Alessio Benedetto on drums. So it's an actual band thing, and the one thing I do like about it is that it was actually created between the two of them. So the songs weren't like written and then recorded, and they had a singer come in and just sing over top of it like some of these projects go. It was actually a project between Dario and Carl, worked on the songs together, and then recorded them. Actually did a lot of pre-production for this, and then they ended up recording an album. So, and the best way I can describe this is it's actually kind of a little all over the place. They have started out with a really metal sounding song, and there's several on here that have that really heavy, really heavy metal type. Not getting too crazy, but like a Priest-ish style, and along that lines. Not quite power metal, but it's got some dirty guitar going on, some really cool riffs and stuff, and there's a little bit of a blues thing on a couple of the songs and some slower stuff. So, and they got a little funkish sounding one towards the end. So they're kind of all over the place on this, but mainly it's got that hard rock, dirty rock, leaning towards the metal type sound. And it's got Carl singing. I don't know if anybody's out there, you may have listened to the stuff he's done with Nazareth or his previous band Persian Risk, which I didn't get those albums till actually I heard him sing with Nazareth, so I didn't know of that band previously either, but I had to go out there and get those. And his singing on this, as soon as I heard the guitar start, I was like, man, what's he going to sing over that? Because I know what I've heard him sound like before. And then as soon as he kicked in, I was like, oh, that actually fits really well. He's got a very clean, high sounding voice. Almost reminds me a little bit of like Lee Small, or some of the stuff like Shy did, or later stuff with TNT when they didn't have Tony Harnell singing with them. I feel like that guy's name is slipping my mind for some reason, but anyway, it's along that lines. A couple points here and there where it gets a little bit on the kind of high whiny sound, like if you ever listen to like Bobby Blitz Ellsworth's type style singing, when he gets really up there, it's got that little bit of a whininess to it. I don't know how else to explain it, but it has that going every now and then. And there is also a cover on this one of Deep Purple's song Perfect Strangers, which I love the song. One of my favorite songs, not only of Deep Purple's, but of all time. I just remember when I was a kid, I heard the song for the first time, and I was just like instantly I have to do whatever that is type feeling. I want to make that type of sound. I want to play that type of music. I had to do that. And that song, I still play it in a band to this day. So I love that song. The cool thing about it was they did kind of like the live version that Deep Purple has been doing for many, many years, where Ian Gillan adds his own little thing and they kind of heavy up the end of it a little bit. So I thought that was pretty cool. So obviously they're fans of Deep Purple, because they didn't just copy the studio effort of it. They did the live version. You kind of have to be a fan of Deep Purple to know that that's the live version. So, and obviously Dario's worked with past members of Deep Purple and stuff, and with Glenn Hughes being in there, even though he wasn't part of that, but still he's in that vein. So anyway, just wanted to kind of throw this one out there real quick. I'm not going to get too much into it, but if anybody's wondering who the heck this was and or didn't know about it at all, this is what it is. Twilight Road, Trapped. Check it out. It's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't give it like a super high rating. It is what it is. I'd probably give it maybe like a 7 out of 10. It's got some cool songs. Production's great. There's a couple on here that are kind of whatever, but overall, this is pretty much what I expected, maybe a little bit more. So anyway, feel free to share your thoughts or opinions, anything you may know about this band already, possibly, or these guys, or any of their past projects. Feel free to comment down below, as always. And I always have to ask, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, because it kind of keeps conversations going. Been some cool ones going on lately, so appreciate it all. And until next time, see you.